This win versus Everton just changed everything for Man United, and today we are breaking down exactly why this result could be the turning point of the entire season for Manchester United. Because what we witnessed against Everton was not just 3 points on the table, but a shift in mentality, a shift in belief, and possibly the moment that transforms United from chasing shadows to chasing the Premier League title itself. And before this game, the narrative around United was full of doubt. Critics questioning consistency, fans arguing about performances, pundits claiming they were too far behind to matter. And yet football has always been about moments, something that numbers alone cannot explain. Because coming into this match, the pressure was real, the table was tight, ended serious discussions about silverware. But instead of folding, United delivered a performance that combined resilience, control, and a ruthless edge that had been missing in previous fixtures. And that is why this victory feels different. Not because Everton are an unbeaten, and what truly stands out is the composure shown after taking the lead. Because in previous matches, United have sometimes looked fragile when momentum shifts, but against Everton, they stayed compact. They managed transitions intelligently, and they punished mistakes with clinical precision, which suggests growth, maturity, and a squad beginning to understand what it takes to compete at the highest level week after week. And when you talk about title hopes, you cannot ignore psychology, because winning the league is not just about talent, it's about belief. It's about handling pressure, it's about stepping into crucial matches knowing that anything less than excellence will cost you dearly. And this was one of those matches that could have gone wrong, yet United embraced the challenge, and that changes the internal narrative inside the dressing room. Confidence multiplies when players prove to themselves that they can control big moments, and suddenly the conversation shifts from hoping for a top 4 finish to genuinely asking, how close can we get to the summit? And another major factor is the tactical discipline displayed throughout the 90 minutes. The defensive line remained organized, the midfield tracked runners relentlessly, and the attack moved with purpose rather than desperation. And that balance between structure and freedom is what defines true contenders. Because chaotic brilliance can win a match, but controlled dominance wins championships. And this performance leaned toward control with flashes of brilliance layered on top. And let us talk about momentum, because football seasons are defined by streaks. One win becomes two become 5, and before you know it, a team has built an unstoppable rhythm. And this Everton victory has the potential to be the spark that launches such a run, especially when you consider the fixtures ahead and the psychological boost gained from overcoming a must-win scenario. And fans who had begun to lower expectations are suddenly recalculating possibilities, checking remaining matches, analyzing rivals, and daring to dream again. And that emotional swing matters, because a united fan base energizes a squad, fuels the atmosphere at home games, and creates an environment where opponents feel pressure from the first minute. And speaking of pressure, we must examine how the players handled key moments in the match. Whether it was defending a dangerous set piece or executing a quick counterattack, there was sharp decision-making under stress, which is often the difference between contenders and pretenders. And if this level of concentration becomes consistent, and beyond the tactics, beyond the goals, beyond the headlines, there is symbolism in this win. Because Everton are traditional weaknesses, yet United showed patience. They circulated possession intelligently and waited for the right openings, rather than evolution in game management. And that evolution is essential if you are serious about lifting the psychologically. Rivals who may have assumed United were fading must now reconsider, because then suddenly the race becomes real. And once a race becomes real, pressure intensifies for everyone involved. And history has shown that pressure can produce unexpected twists. And this is why one victory can reverberate far beyond a single weekend, because it recalibrates expectations, resets narratives, and injects belief into conversations that had grown skeptical. And imagine the confidence in training sessions following this match. The tempo sharper, the smiles wider, the competitive spirit heightened, because success breeds hunger, and hunger drives improvement. And if United harness that momentum correctly, the coming weeks could define the season. And there is also the defensive solidity to consider. Clean sheets build foundations, and foundations support title ambitions. And while attacking flair captures headlines, defensive reliability secures trophies. And against Everton, the backline demonstrated awareness, anticipation, and composure under aerial threat, qualities that will be essential in tougher encounters ahead. And in the midfield, there was balance, creativity combined with discipline, transitions executed with speed but not recklessness, and that equilibrium is the engine of any successful campaign. And in the attacking third, movement off the ball created space, dragged defenders out of position, and allowed clinical finishes to follow, which is a promising sign for supporters who have long demanded. And when you analyze body language throughout the game, you notice determination rather than anxiety. Even when Everton attempted to increase tempo, United responded rather than retreated. And that proactive mentality is what separates challengers from spectators in a title, because clubs with the history and stature of Manchester United are measured by ambition. Mediocrity is never acceptable, and seasons are remembered for bold charges, not quiet acceptance. And this performance felt like a declaration that ambition remains alive, and as the sustained focus can propel a team forward. And now analysts and fans alike are debating whether this was merely a strong showing or a genuine title run. And while no one can predict the future with certainty, what we can analyze is trajectory, and trajectory suggests improvement, resilience, and increasing cohesion.